Hello, friends. Welcome here. This has been my very, very good friend, my teacher. We were just having a conversation, and now he's off. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day of our lives, of our presence in the field of consciousness, of our agreement to come together and to rise and receive perhaps information from the field of consciousness. So if you're wondering what does it mean to receive information? So first of all, I would like to say that to receive information, again, it's a very personal thing, and it could be your own inner knowing, because you are slowing down, you're relaxing, and your brain waves are slowing down. You perhaps during the 3 minutes you are going into theta or alpha. I think it's called alpha. So a relaxed mind state, and there you can receive information from your subconscious mind, from your higher self, from your intuition. So those are available to us when we relax the body, when we relax the mind, in that space between sleep and wakefulness, when you're feeling soft and it's just that one with yourself just before the day starting, or when you're kind of falling asleep because maybe you need a nap or a rest, and you allow the body to take over. So those are the times that we can tune into our intuition, our inner knowing, our truth. And we can definitely train ourselves to go into that place very easily by carrying on the 3 minutes for a period of time. If you can continue with us, if you're not in the group and you want to try, then I suggest try it for a chunk of time, at least 21 days, at least, so that you start perceiving yourself becoming that stillness. It takes a little bit of practice, just like any practice, just like being present to your breath. It takes a little bit of time. And where am I breathing from? All of those things take a little bit of time. And then magic starts to happen, because we are now able to be this super sensory technology, which is our field, our own frequency. So our own biology becomes a portal, a vortex, because we're now releasing what no longer serves us, because we are slowing down and bringing all the parts of ourselves into ourselves. We create this space and this movement, and this is when the movement creates the vortex, and the vortex attracts as well as releases out. So you may be sending love out into the universe, healing out into the universe, your own frequency of what you carry in your incarnation. If you are a star seed, if you are a galactic ambassador, a galactic envoy, maybe you are bringing galactic codes from Andromeda or from Sirius, then you can also do that. You can gift all of us in the field this frequency that you hold, that you are the vessel for. And then if we continue, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you continue to perceive the field of consciousness, then you can also access galactic, what I call galactic intelligence. Maybe you call it God. Maybe you call it Allah. Maybe you call all of the above. Maybe it has no name. Maybe it's an awareness and a consciousness that is so high in an evolution that we no longer have a name for. But we can access it nevertheless. And so this accessing becomes when we are still, when we are in our center. And it doesn't mean that life has to be amazing for us to be in our center. In fact, it seems to be the opposite. It seems to be that when life pushes us that little bit more, to be that little bit brave, to be that little bit more aware, a little bit more loving and compassionate through circumstances, life will do that. The soul will do that if you allow. Then we are perceiving more of that universal wisdom, universal compassion for humanity, and whether that is where you want to connect with, or whether you want to connect to the sentient fields of nature and get back in tune with your own human nature that is part of the earth, and knows that this body is a vessel created from all of the minerals of planet Earth and the water of this planet. So you can connect into galactic universal intelligence. You can connect into the field of the planet. You can connect into the field of consciousness in all directions. I often talk about here supersensory, when we can access all of our 360 times 360 senses. So wherever you want to go with your consciousness and your awareness, and perceive yourself, perceiving yourself, perceiving yourself, perceiving yourself. And that's the expansion, I wanted to say the exponential expansion, but it's a bit too complicated to say it. So I hope that this doesn't confuse you. When, if you can imagine the toroidal field, the field that we are creating as an electromagnetic, is a bit like this donut shape where the center core, or the apple, the inside of the apple, the center core is the point where everything is turning. So this is why I say go within, and it doesn't necessarily mean your emotional center. I tend to point here for some reason, but it can be the fullness of you. You are the fullness of this 0 point. You are the fullness of this intelligence. You are an intelligence. So the more you connect then with your own intelligence, then you can perceive other intelligences. And again, I feel that you can only connect with higher cultures, evolved cultures, as in star beings, if you are on your own evolutionary cycle, and if you are attaining the frequency of your origin. So if you're able to access your own frequency in the field of consciousness, even if you can't carry all of your frequency in the body, because it depends where you're coming from. Sometimes your original density is too high to carry in the body, but you can perceive it and use it, call it onto your awareness during the 3 minutes, or at any other time that you're feeling very aware and very conscious of your being, of your inner self. So I feel very important that when we rise in consciousness, when we are in a higher density frequency, when we are vibrating at a much higher density, that's when we are able to access higher intelligence. So the more we do it, the more we become, the more we rise, Hello, Annalise. Oh, happy that you're here too, my dear. And all of you, I don't know who you are unless you write on the chat, but thank you for being here. So this is what I felt to share today, as when we rise in consciousness, then we're ready to access galactic intelligence and perhaps even contact with star family. But if you are in the middle ground, then be cautious and just be with the being that you are first. I meet you in the field. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for raising in consciousness and high density on planet Earth. See you all tomorrow. Sending so much love.